Okay, in this video I'm going to take a look at proprietary and promissory estoppel. These are equitable concepts and they will arise if you are claiming an interest in land where you don't actually have legal ownership. So you may have done work for a relative or a neighbour or a grandparent or indeed a parent or somebody, and they promised you, made a certain promise that if you did X, Y or Z that they would ultimately look after you and the land or the real property or whatever would become yours in due course. That's what this is about. So obviously it's very, very specific niche market, niche audience that may be concerned with this, but for those people it's a serious and significant concern. So proprietary estoppel is essentially what we're talking about, and it's an equitable doctrine. So to rely on this relief to claim a legal interest in real property, that is in a field, in a house, in a farm, in a shop or whatever, you need to show three things. One, that a clear promise or representation was made to you in respect of the property. This clear promise must have led to an expectation or belief on your part that you would in due course receive the land, it would be transferred to you. The second part of it is you need to have acted to your detriment on the basis of that promise. For example, you may have spent money on the property, you may have passed up a career in, well, anywhere in teaching or in lawyer, soliciting or dentistry or whatever, or you may have provided your labour for free in the expectation and reliant on the promise that was made to you. And thirdly, the detrimental acts that you performed were performed by you in reliance on this belief or expectation. In those circumstances, equity may come to your rescue, and equity is concerned with basic fairness. So these are equitable doctrines and they're based upon righting a wrong where the conduct complained of is deemed by a court to be unconscionable. In other words, the promise was made, it wasn't delivered upon, and it would be unfair or unconscionable not to recognise that. The court has very wide discretion in this area as to how it will give effect to the equity that you might be claiming. For example, it may order a transfer of the land to yourself if you claim an equitable interest. It may put in place or make an order a simple negative right, in other words preventing the person from being rejected or ejected from the land. For example, if you were living in a house or on a property or on land and you're working away over the years based on this promise, then obviously in this particular negative right, it's a right not to be thrown off the property and not to be ejected from it by the registered legal owner who for whatever reason is not delivering on his promise. I hope you find this video useful. If you do, you might give it a thumbs up down below, and you may be interested in subscribing to my YouTube channel. My contact details are there on the screen, and if you subscribe you'll be hooked with me until one of us dies.